You have got to be kidding me. Matchday 1, Groups E through H. Japan getting the upset over Germany. A lot of people were saying that Germany's not that great. And I guess they were right. Japan's second goal was amazing. He barely fit it in, but it's fantastic. Then you have Spain destroying Costa Rica. I didn't think Costa Rica had any chance, but 7-0. And then you have Belgium and Canada. Canada dominate the whole game, and Belgium get one nice play to score that goal. Then you have Uruguay, South Korea ending in a 0-0 draw. And then this, like the last 20 minutes of the Portugal-Ghana game. And last but not least, Richarlison with the best goal so far of the World Cup, all happening in Matchday 1. So I can't wait for Matchday 2 for these groups to start. So we're going to go ahead and jump into our predictions for those matchups. So first up, we have Japan versus Costa Rica. Japan getting that upset 2-1. Costa Rica getting smashed. I don't think anybody has anything to go against this, but I do believe that Japan are going to move on. I'm going to say it right now. They move on, and I think that they get the win here against Costa Rica 2-0 pretty easily. I mean, Spain beat them 7-0. I don't think Japan is as good as Spain. I could be wrong, though. Japan really surprised me on how good they came to play, especially in that second half against Germany. So next up, we have Belgium versus Morocco. Morocco drew with Croatia 0-0 in that first matchup. I do hate how many 0-0 games we have had so far, but they've, for the most part, been pretty good games. Belgium, however, did get that 1-0 win over Canada. In my personal opinion, it was a lucky win. They had one ball over. Batshuayi gets on the end of it, one times it, and a goal. That's all it takes. And that's the thing with soccer. It's just one play, because I felt like Canada dominated Belgium in that game. So with this one, though, I think that it's going to be a very close one. And I actually believe this ends in a 1-1 draw. I think Morocco is good enough to tie Belgium. Belgium, to me, is overrated right now. With the way that they played in Matchday 1, and they lost against Egypt and the Netherlands recently, I don't think they have what it takes, and I think that Morocco draw this game 1-1. So moving on, we have Croatia versus Canada. I think if Canada can play the way that they did against Belgium, continue that intensity, play the whole 90 minutes, I think that they could beat Croatia. I really do. I think that they could do it. Morocco and Croatia drew, like I said, and then Canada in that other game against Belgium, they lost 1-0, but I think it was on a very lucky goal. I mean, it was a good play altogether, but just overall, Canada definitely dominated. So for this game, I'm going to have to go with a 1-0 win for Canada. I believe Canada will beat Croatia, especially if they come out like they did against Belgium. So that leads us into the Spain-Germany game. I think this is going to be a good game. I think Germany is going to play better than what they did against Japan. Even though, like, I'm not going to say Japan did a very good job in that second half against Germany, but I think Germany has to turn it around if they want to get out of this group, because I really believe that Japan and Spain are the two teams that are going to get out of this group. But Spain won 7-0 against Costa Rica. Germany lost 2-1 against Japan, and I actually believe that Spain are going to get this done against Germany. It's going to be a good game. I think that it's going to be a lot closer than what people think, but I'm going to have to go with Spain 2-1 over Germany here in Matchday 2. So next up, we have Cameroon versus Serbia. Cameroon lost to Switzerland 1-0 in their first match, and then Serbia lost 2-0 against Brazil. I think Brazil looked very good in their matchup. I did not really get to watch the Cameroon-Switzerland game. The one goal was actually pretty nice, but here I just think that Serbia are probably the better side. I just think that they do have a stronger team than Cameroon, even though Cameroon played fairly well against Switzerland, but I'm going to have to go 2-0 for Serbia to win over Cameroon. That takes us into South Korea versus Ghana for this Group H Round 2 game. South Korea drew with Uruguay 0-0, and Ghana lost to Portugal 3-2. Ghana really surprised me against Portugal. I didn't get to watch the whole game. and it sucks because I got to see Ronaldo's penalty, but then after that I had to drive on Thanksgiving, so it sucked that I missed that. And I watched some of the highlights. Fairly good matchup right there at the end, and I'm kind of high on Ghana right now. I think that they could possibly pull out a draw in this matchup against South Korea, because South Korea didn't look very good against Uruguay, in my opinion. I got to watch that game off and on because I had to get ready to leave. I'm going to have to go for this matchup in round two. I'm going to have to go 2-2 draw between South Korea and Ghana. So next up we have Brazil versus Switzerland in the Group G round two. Brazil won 2-0 over Serbia, and then Switzerland won that game 1-0 over Cameroon. Two good sides coming up against each other. I just think that Brazil are a better squad. Also, depending on Neymar's injury with his ankle, I don't know if you saw the pictures or not, but man, it was puffed up. So, but with that, I do believe Brazil get this done 2-1 over Switzerland, and they move on to the round of 16 after that win, I believe. And last but not least, for groups E through H, we have Portugal versus Uruguay. Portugal won their game 3-2 over Ghana, and then Uruguay drew South Korea 0-0. Portugal seemed like the stronger side and all that, but I think Uruguay got that first game out of their system, and yes, it was a draw, but I think that they should have beat South Korea. That's just my opinion. And Portugal, I don't think they're as good as everyone is making them out to be. Yes, they have the talent, but I just don't think they're all that great other than Ronaldo. Yes, they have Bruno, they have Silva. I just don't think that they all mesh well together. Maybe that's just my personal opinion, but I think with this matchup though, I think Uruguay go in and actually get a point out of this. I think that these two teams draw 1-1 for the Group H round 2 matchup. So that is it for round 2 of groups E through H. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Tell me down below what you think is going to happen in this match day 2, and we'll see you next time.